We have already discussed in our last chapter about the heat zones, that is near the equator between the tropics. We have the torrid zone, and then we have the temperate zone between the tropics and the
Good morning, sir.
good morning. Between the Antarctic Circle, between the circles and the tropics, we have the temperate zone, and then we have the frigid zone. This we have discussed. Now, see, most of the heat is concentrated in the torrid zone, that is near the equator. In low latitudes, most of the heat is concentrated. As we move from low latitudes to our high latitudes, the amount of heat received decreases. Okay, so here most of the heat is concentrated. We have extra heat here, and as we move towards the high latitudes, in polar regions, we have deficiency of heat. Okay, and because of that, pressure has to develop. So in hotter regions, what will happen? The air will become hot, it becomes hot, it expands, density decreases, pressure decreases. In colder regions, in high latitudes, what happens? Less heat is there, air is cold and dry, and it is denser. It it is denser air, so high pressure develops. Okay. So what happens if there is no rotation of the Earth? If there is no rotation of the Earth, I think this we have discussed. 0 degree, here we have the equator, and here we have the pole, North Pole, South Pole. So most of the heat is concentrated near the equator. So here low pressure develops, and at the poles, high pressure develops. High pressure develops. Now, in pressure gradient, we have discussed when there is a difference in pressure, to equalize, to compensate that, winds will flow. Wind from high pressure will blow towards the low pressure. So, see here what happens. Here, most of the heat is concentrated. Now, here the air gets heated. As air gets heated, it expands and it becomes light, it starts to rise. So, air starts to rise near the equator. Okay. Now, as it rises, it cools down. As it rises, it expands, it cools down in the upper atmosphere, and it diverges. It spreads out. Okay. Now see here, low pressure here, high pressure. So there's a difference in pressure. To compensate that, the cold winds from the poles, it will move towards the equatorial regions. So winds will move towards the equatorial region. Okay. So these cold winds are moving towards the equatorial region. They get heated, they rises, then diverges, and then moves towards the polar regions. Okay. This is how circulation takes place. Circulation of air take place. Okay. This is how heat from the equatorial region get transferred towards the poles. Either the ocean current transfer or the wind system transfers the heat. This is how heat balance is maintained or compensated for the difference in the heat budget. This is clear. This happens when there is no rotation of the Earth. Because of rotation of the Earth, more pressure belts are created. Okay, that will be discussed. That I think we discussed. So see here, here air is dry. As it rises, dry here. Wait a minute. Here the air is hot. It takes the moisture from the oceans and it rises. It rises, cools down. So here the precipitation take place. That is rainfall take place here in the equatorial region. Whereas here the wind descending, it is very cold and dry. So no rainfall take place. Here cold and dry. But because of rotation of the earth, more pressure belts are created. Pressure belts, have we discussed the pressure belts? Subtropical high pressure belt. This is the 0 degree equator. Now we have the here 5 degree on north and south of the equator. So it is 10 degree, 0 degree, 5 degree north, 5 degree south. Okay. This is our equatorial low pressure belt. This is our equatorial low pressure belt. Now around 30 degrees and 60 degrees north, and here 75 degrees. Okay, around 30 degrees we have the high pressure belt. That is 35 degree, here 25 degrees north. So mainly these pressure belts are about 10 degrees of width. Okay, here we have subtropical high pressure belt, and then around 60 degrees we have temperate low pressure belt, and here we have the polar high. Similarly, in the southern hemisphere we have around 30 degrees south, 60 degrees south, and then polar high. Temperate low pressure belt, and around 30 degrees we have subtropical high pressure belt. See here, these two pressure belts are created because of rotation of the Earth. This we have discussed earlier as well. Okay. Now see here what happens, how the winds flow. Okay. We have the equatorial low pressure belt, then subtropical high pressure belt, temperate low pressure belt, polar high. So alternatively, we are having low and high pressure belts. Okay. Similarly in the southern hemisphere. Now see here how the winds will flow. Equatorial region, the winds, here the air gets heated, it ascends, it rises up. Now it moves towards the polar region in the upper atmosphere. Okay. And here low pressure, high pressure here. So winds blow from high pressure towards low pressure. And this wind descends here. Okay. This is one circulation. One cell is formed. This cell is called Hadley cell. Okay. A cell is formed. Similarly in the southern hemisphere. Okay. Now see here. Here the cyclone is formed. On the equatorial low pressure belt, cyclone is formed. How? All the wind is rushing towards the equator. All the wind is rushing towards the center, towards the equator. And here anticyclone. So in the lower atmosphere, cyclone is formed. In the upper atmosphere, anticyclone is formed. So when I say lower atmosphere, upper atmosphere, it means lower atmosphere means near the surface of the Earth, and upper atmosphere means near the tropopause. So just below the tropopause. Okay. So our discussion will be confined to troposphere only. Okay. So here divergence is taking place. It is a zone of divergence. That is, air is diverging out. It is spreading out. It is moving out. So here cyclone is formed. Here anticyclone is formed. Okay. Now what happens at this cell? Polar high. Here, because of rotation of the Earth, the winds moves, spreads out, and because of that, as it spreads out, the pressure, the density decreases. Here low pressure develops. So here wind rises and it moves back. Okay. This is polar cell. Understood? Now this cell is indirect cell. It is called a spiral cell as well. Here the winds descends. Some winds, rather than moving this direction, moves away and it rises like this. Okay. Same happens in the southern hemisphere. Okay. Have you understood this? So from subtropical, here high pressure belt is there. So here in the lower atmosphere, anticyclone will be there. So air will be diverging out. Air will be spreading out. Here high pressure is developed. So winds moves towards the low pressure. One side this one, other towards the temperate low pressure belt. So here cyclone, anticyclone. Here anticyclone, here cyclone, because all the winds is coming towards the center. Here it will be cyclone, here anticyclone. Have you understood this one? Okay.
Yes,
now
sir.
see here. The wind is moving from high pressure towards the low pressure. So the wind direction will be like this if there is no rotation of the earth. If there is no rotation of the earth, wind will be moving from high pressure towards the low pressure. This is clear? Now see, but because of rotation of the earth, what happens? In the northern hemisphere, what happens? Any fluid or anything which moves towards, which moves in northern hemisphere, if it is moving, it will be deflected towards left or right. It will be getting deflected towards right in the northern hemisphere. So wind moving from high pressure, subtropical high pressure belt to the equatorial low pressure belt. The direction of the wind will be it will get deflected towards it right. So these are not straight lines, these kind of curved lines. They are getting deflected towards right. So these winds will be moving like this. Okay, they get deflected towards right. Okay, now see here, what is the name of these winds? These winds are called as trade winds. Mainly trade is confined, mainly trade was confined to these regions, and these were called as trade winds because sailors used to make use of these winds while sailing. So these winds used to be called as trade winds. These winds used to be called as trade winds. Similarly, in the southern hemisphere, subtropical high pressure belt we have, so winds will be flowing from high pressure belt towards the low pressure belt, and they move in this direction. Now, because of Coriolis effect, and as if you follow the Farrell's law, the winds will be moving towards left. They get deflected towards left. So these winds will be flowing in this fashion. Okay. Now see what is happening. From subtropical high pressure belt, winds move towards equatorial region, equatorial low pressure belt, then rises up, then again moves here. This is how the circulation is taking place, these circulations. This is clear? So what kind of winds are going? Cold winds are moving towards the equatorial region. Cold winds, here the colder winds, they move towards the equatorial region. They are comparatively cold as compared to here. So these are moving, these trade winds are moving towards the equatorial region. Now these winds are named. So these winds are called as trade winds. They are called as northeast trade winds. And these are called as southeast trade winds. How these winds are named? See, winds are named after the direction from which they are coming, they are originating. So, for example, this is our east, west, north, south. Now, if winds are coming from north, those winds will be called as north winds. If they are coming from east, they will be called as east winds or easterlies. Okay, here we'll be discussing. If winds are coming from west, they are called as west winds, depending on the direction they are named. So here northeast, so they are coming from northeast direction. They are coming from northeast direction, northeast to southwest. So they are named after the direction from which they are originating. They are coming. So these winds will be called as northeast winds. They are called as northeast trade winds. Okay. Now these winds, they are coming from southeast. They are coming from southeast. Therefore, these winds are called as southeast trade winds. This is clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, wind system is understood, but that pressure belts one is not clear.
Pressure belts, it is okay. See, differential heating we have already discussed. So mainly heat will be concentrated in the equatorial region, in low latitudes. As we move from lower latitudes to other high latitudes, amount of heat received decreases. That means here excess of heat is there on the equator, and here deficiency of heat is there. That means it will be hot region, it will be cold region. So Here heat received is more in the equatorial region. So what will happen? More heat, so heat get transferred to the air above it, and air get heated, it expands. As air expands, it becomes light. So low pressure develops here. Low pressure develops here, air rises up. What about polar regions? It's a very cold region, where deficiency of heat is there. So air is very cold here, very dense. So it will be high pressure. So because of high pressure, difference in the pressure gradient is there. So wind will flow from high pressure towards the low pressure. This is one circulation. But see here, Earth is as well rotating. So because of rotation of the Earth, two more pressure belts are developed. These two pressure belts are developed because of rotation of the Earth. So what happens here? As the Earth rotates, as Earth is rotating, air at the polar region. Okay, this polar high is about around 75 degrees and to the pole. So this whole region is polar high. Okay, so see here what happens. Air here, it starts to spread out. This because of rotation of the. Okay, 1 minute. Have you sat on the merry-go-round? If we sit on the merry-go-round, it spreads out. We feel a force outward. Okay, and similarly, air here is feeling the force outward. Okay, now because of that, what will happen? Air will spread out. Air here, it spreads out in all directions, so its density decreases because it is getting more room to spread. And because air is spreading out, low pressure develops here. Low pressure develops here.
Sir, how does air spreads?
Okay, do one thing, take a balloon and rotate it at high speed. Fill it with water, okay? And rotate it. It starts to spread out. Yes or no? Similarly, what we call firki or something like that, if you do it, it starts to spread out. If Earth is rotating, you do one thing, take one merry-go-round and put sand over that. Okay, put one firki kind you make and put sand over it. You start rotating, it spreads out. So the sand will spread out. Similarly, here air spreads out. Okay.
Okay,
so,
sir.
And there is more complex reasons about this as well. Okay. So low pressure develops here and here high pressure. So this air moving here, rather than going towards the polar region, it descends here, subtropical regions. And here, because of descending air, more air accumulates here. Because of that, high pressure develops here. Because of that, so because of rotation of the Earth, these two extra pressure belts are developed. Okay. So, okay, this circulation is clear. This air moving. This is these airs. Okay. In lower atmosphere, these are. Okay. Northeast trade winds, southeast trade winds. Okay. Now see here, we have already studied that as we move from equator towards the poles, the Coriolis effect. So deflection will be more as we move towards the pole. This is clear. This we have studied. The deflection will be more in the polar regions as compared to the equatorial region. So now here what happens? Subtropical high pressure belt, low pressure belt. So wind will be moving from high pressure towards the low pressure. Okay. And because of Coriolis effect, these winds get deflected towards their right. So this time they are moving in this direction. So towards right, this is the right. Okay. This is the right. So these winds will be moving in this direction. 1 minute. Little bit curve I drew. So they will be getting deflected towards their right. Like this, these will be getting deflected. Okay. These winds, now these winds are called as westerlies, because they are more of like coming from the west. They are more deflected. So they are more like coming from the west. They are more like coming from the west direction. Therefore, these winds are called as westerlies. These winds are called as westerlies. Similar in the southern hemisphere. So if winds will be this direction, they'll be getting deflected towards their left. So this direction towards the left, this direction. This is how the winds will be flowing. So these winds seem to be coming from west. These winds are called as westerlies. As well, they call as anti-trade winds because their direction is opposite to the trade winds. Their direction is opposite to the trade winds. So these are trade winds, these are anti-trade winds. Or mostly we call them as westerlies. That is, they are coming from the west. Okay, before one more thing I forgot to discuss here. Okay, see here. Okay, for example, your equator is there. Okay, if I draw Africa here, something like this is our Africa. So which ocean will be here? On the west coast of Africa. Which ocean is there? South Atlantic Ocean. Yes or no? Okay. Now see here. Most of the deserts are formed on the western coast of the continents. Why? Most of the deserts are on the western coast of the continents. You can see in South America, Atacama Desert is there, the Chile. And here we have the Kalahari Desert, Namib Desert and all. And here in Australia, we have on the southwest, we have the Great Victorian Desert. Why there? These all deserts are on the western the continents. Anyone can tell? Okay, see here the region. Okay, these airs, as we move from high pressure bed towards the low pressure bed, they get heated. The moisture capacity increases. They will they will get the moisture from the ocean, and rainfall will take on the east coast of the continents. But see here, these winds are these western parts, they are offshore to these winds. These western parts, they are offshore to these winds. So there will be no rainfall here because they are offshore winds. So these winds won't be reaching on the western coast. Therefore, most of the deserts are on the western coast of the continents. Okay, is this clear? Okay, so we have discussed the westerlies. In westerlies, we have to discuss the Mediterranean climate as well. So those Mediterranean climate we'll discuss afterwards when we discuss the shift of the pressure belt. Okay, so in westerlies, leave that portion for time being. We discuss that afterwards when we discuss the shift of the pressure belts. Okay, now see here what happens in the polar region. Here, polar high to low pressure belt. So wind will be moving from polar high towards the low pressure belt. Now, because of Coriolis effect, they will be getting deflected towards their right. So they get deflected towards their right. As they get deflected towards their right, this will be the direction. This will be the direction. And they seem to be, they will be more deflected. They seem to be coming from the east. These are called as easterlies. These are called as easterlies. Similarly here, these winds will be deflected towards their left. Okay, coming from the direction like this. So these will be easterlies wind. These are easterlies. Okay, are these winds clear? Okay, now see here, one more thing. In most of the land is concentrated in the northern hemisphere. Okay, in southern hemisphere, mainly it is water, oceans. So in northern hemisphere, these winds are obstructed by the land, and secondary wind circulation do take place because of obstruction by the land, secondary circulation as well take place, and due to certain other regions as well, secondary circulation take place. But mainly see in the southern hemisphere, it is the ocean. There is no obstruction for the wind flowing. So in southern hemisphere, these westerlies don't face any obstruction or very less of obstruction they face in the southern hemisphere. And because of that, what happens? Their speed is very fast. They are very furious. Their speed is very fast. Okay. Now, due to that, sailors has named these westerly winds. So see here, they blow between 30 degrees and 60 degrees. So the winds, the westerlies which are blowing around 40 degrees south. The westerlies which are blowing around 40 degrees, they are called as roaring 40s. They are called as roaring 40s. Now, as you move 50 degrees, their speed has increased more. They are called as furious 50s. They are called as furious 50s. Now, around 60 degrees, you as well know they are meeting here and their speed decreases. They are called as shrinking 60s. Okay, and these names depends on the how much storminess these winds carry, how much fast they are blowing. This is clear. These three names: roaring 40s, furious 50s, then shrinking 60s.
So
Any
is it
doubt
given
you?
in book?
Yes, it's given in book. Shrinking 60s aren't given in book. Okay, these things are clear. Now we discuss the shift of the pressure belt. Okay, shifting of this pressure belt. We are having
Sir.
time. Yes. Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So you told that in these 10 degrees the pressure belts are there. So like 35 to 25. So then between 5 degree and 25 degree, what is there?
Between 5 degree and 25 degree. Okay, see here. This is the low pressure develops. There is a difference in pressure. There is a difference in pressure. But here what happens? Here subtropical high pressure belt. Then again pressure starts to decrease. So see here what is happening. From this position, pressure is increasing. But for afterwards this pressure again starts to decrease. Decreased. Then again it starts to increase. Is this clear? So from here, pressure starts to increased. Now it starts to decrease. So these are the peak points: lowest, highest, lowest, then highest. Okay, and these are not much pronounced. Okay, this is not that much low. Sometimes it vanishes as well. During summer, this pressure belt no more existence, no more exist. Okay. Okay. One more thing I forgot to tell you. Okay. That we discuss now. Okay. Equatorial low pressure belt. These latitudes are called as doldrums as well. It's very important. I forgot. These latitudes are called as doldrums as well. The reason being, what happens here? All the air is rushing towards the equator, then it rises. So on the equatorial low pressure belt, what happens? There is very low, less wind blowing. Very less pressure gradient is there near the equatorial low. Near this belt, in this belt, 5 degrees, very low pressure gradient is there, very less pressure gradient. So here speed of the air is very less. As well, what about the air? Air is rising, air is rising. So air is very dry, air is very humid and hot. Here the air is very hot and humid. Is this clear? Because low pressure belt, high temperature there. So wind will be having high temperature. Since high temperature, it can hold more moisture. So these winds will be having very high temperature and they will be very moist, very humid. So what happens for the sailors here? Sailors here, since wind speed is very low here. So if someone is stuck here in the low pressure belt, the sails won't move because there is very low speed. So in earlier days, what used to happen if sailors get used to stuck here for many days, they weren't used to move out. They were stuck in this region because there is no wind or very less wind. So they were stuck in this region. Therefore, they used to get becalmed here. And that's why these regions are called as doldrums. Okay. Now, these high pressure belts, these are called as forced latitudes as well. This high pressure belt is forced latitude as well. This is called as forced latitude as well. The reason being here, see here, this is the reason of descending air. Descending air. Air is descending. So what kind of air will descend? It will be cold and dry. If air is cold, it won't hold much moisture. So it's always the cold air is dry. And so you can take one example. In AC room, if you are sitting, it will be cold and dry air. Okay. So here the winds are descending. Okay. Winds are descending. So the winds will be very cold and dry. And see here, descending air is there, and there will be not much pressure gradient here in this belt. So wind won't be blowing here. So what happens as seller get stuck here and they want to move? What they used to do? They used to throw away the cargo. They used to throw away the cargo out of the ships in this region so that their ships can become light and can be blown by even the less wind. So they used to throw the cargo, and in those days, mainly the cargo used to be horses. So they used to throw the horses out in the water, in the ocean. That's why these latitudes are called, this pressure belt is also called as horse latitudes. This is called as horse latitudes. This is clear. Okay. Now we discuss the shifting of pressure belt. So see here, 4 dates we already discussed. 21st June. What is this? 21st or 23rd March? 21st March we take. Then we have 23rd September. Then we have 23rd, 22nd or 23rd December. What are these days? As the seer, these pressure belts follow the sun. Follow the sun. As the sun shifts, this pressure belt as well shifts. So these are following the sun. So what happens here? On 21st March, sun is overhead on the equator. So these pressure belt will be as such as being drawn here. Okay. On 21st June, sun will be overhead on Tropic of Cancer. Sun will be overhead on Tropic of Cancer. So most of the heat will be concentrated on Tropic of Cancer. So what happens? These pressure belts shift towards the North Pole. These pressure belts shift towards the North Pole. And how much shift? Equatorial low pressure belt, most of the shift happens in the equatorial low pressure belt. As we move from here towards the pole, less shift is taking place. So what will happen? See here, this low pressure belt, it will be shifted towards the polar region. So this equatorial low pressure belt, it was around 0 degree. It may be around 10 degrees. So sometimes it can reach up to 20 degrees. Okay, that we will discuss when we discuss the monsoon. So this equatorial low pressure belt shifts on 21st June. So see here what is happening. If sun is moving from 21st March towards 21st June, these pressure belts will start to shift towards the North Pole. These all pressure belts start to shift. So it shifts around 10 degrees. So now it will be around 10 degrees. Subtropical pressure belt, it shifts by 10 degrees again. So it will be around 40 degrees. It shifts little bit. So it shifts, most of the shift happens in equatorial low pressure belt. Then little less, and no shift in the polar high. This is clear. So all the pressure belts shift towards the North Pole. Okay. On 23rd September, what happens? Again, the sun is moving from Tropic of Cancer towards the equator. So again, these shifted belts, they will again start shift towards the equator. And this will be the position on 23rd September. That is autumn equinox. Here we have the solstice, summer solstice, and spring equinox. So on 23rd December, what will happen? Sun will be overhead on Tropic of Capricorn. So as sun moves from 23rd September to 23rd December, the pressure will start to shift towards the south. Okay, this starts to shift towards the south. Since in southern hemisphere most of the earth is covered by water, so there is less shift. So now this equatorial pressure belt moves towards south. This moves towards south. It moves towards south. There will be less shift in these pressure belts. Most of the shift happens in equatorial low pressure. Shift happens. This is clear. So according to the movement of the sun, the pressure belt shifts. Okay. And now see here, this equatorial low pressure belt. This is as well called as thermal equator or ITCZ, intertropical convergence zone. It is called as this equatorial low pressure belt this is called as intertropical convergence zones. Convergence zone. So why? See here, the winds are converging. From where? Between the tropics, near about between the tropics, the winds are converging at the equator. So this equator is called as intertropical convergence zones or the thermal equator. Now see here, thermal equator follows the sun. Thermal equator shifts. During 21st June, it will be towards the, it will be moving in the northern hemisphere towards the North Pole. And on 23rd December, it will be moving towards the towards the South Pole. Okay, so between these, the shift happens. Now we discuss the Mediterranean climate. Time is there or not? Okay, 1 minute I will take
Sir,
only.
time.
Just 1 minute I will take. So see a Mediterranean region, they are mostly like, see a Mediterranean Ocean. Where is the Mediterranean Ocean? 30 degrees here, 40. So 1 minute I draw here. Okay. Okay, see here. Okay, we take first the summer. We are taking first the summer. Okay, so in summer, what will happen? This will be shifted around 40 degrees. So here will be the high pressure belt. Okay, so Mediterranean Sea. Here is the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so here we have the European part. Here we have the African part. This is Mediterranean Sea. So see here, during summer, this European part of the Mediterranean Sea, around the Mediterranean Sea, they are under the influence of trade winds. They are under the influence of trade winds. So winds are flowing in this direction. Okay. Now see here, because of winds are flowing in this direction, there will be no rainfall in the Mediterranean region of the European part. There will be no rainfall here because these winds are offshore winds. They are moving away. So there will be no rainfall in the summer in Mediterranean regions. So these regions will be hot and dry in summers. Hot and dry in summers. Now see here, what happens in winter? What happens in winter? These pressure belts are shifted towards the South Pole. So this time, this high pressure belt, it will be around 25 degrees. So here will be high pressure belt. Okay, Mediterranean Sea. पीछे छूट गया. This is our Mediterranean Sea. Okay, here is the European part. And this time, this region, it will come under the influence of westerlies. This will come under the influence of westerlies. So what will happen in winter? During winter here, these westerlies blow over the Mediterranean Sea from the ocean as well Atlantic Ocean all. They take the moisture and here rainfall will take place. In winter, rainfall will take place. So winters are cold and wet in Mediterranean Sea. So there are 5 such regions where such phenomena happen. So where the Mediterranean climate is being observed. So here the Mediterranean part, here in North America, California, then in South America, Central Chile and all those, and here in Australia, Southwest Australia, and as well in Africa, the Cape Town and all. So Southwest Africa, we are having this much such Mediterranean climate, and it takes place because of shifting of the pressure belts. Okay, so in summer, this Mediterranean part, they come under the trade winds, but in winter they come under the influence of westerlies. Therefore, their summer is dry and hot, whereas winters are cold and wet. Okay, so in next lecture we will discuss the El Nino and the jet streams. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Do revise.
Thank you,
These
sir.
are very important
Thank
and
you,
very
sir.
interesting as well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, please pause this video.